Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another video by Antiques Arena. Today we're going to have a haul video, and I've been buying like crazy at my local car boot sales. We have a special guest today, as you can all see, Sandra. A lot of you haven't seen Sandra in a video for quite some time. So it'll be a change to have Sandra in the video winding me up all day whilst I'm filming.
Company.
I've got some absolutely spectacular buys. And I mean some spectacular buys. I think I've gone through £1,000 in a weekend. Honestly, wait till you see some of the stuff. It's absolutely amazing. So I'm going to do a few of those. I've got a couple of things I want to talk about, and then we're going to get into showing you the the antique finds. And believe me, I have had some absolutely amazing ones.
He's got one there that
you ain't having. Anyway, first things first, I have actually had a lot of people saying hello to me this weekend, and I mean a lot of people. I'm shocked at how many people have said hello in both Sully and Gethley. However, one particular gentleman, there he is, known as Mr. Paul, comments on every single video. It doesn't matter what status I put up or video I put up, he's there, you know, supporting every single time. And he was down in Sully selling, said hello, and had a photograph done. So just wanted to say massive hello to him, because honestly, I don't think there's a video he hasn't watched or commented on or status he hasn't been supportive on. So yeah, but honestly, the amount of people that have said hello this weekend is shocking. So thank you very much, everybody, for the support. I'm going to get to a couple of hellos in a minute. For those of you who are asking what's going on with the migraines, I had a CT scan on Thursday gone. I have to wait 2 weeks for the results of that.
they have to find a brain.
They must have found a brain, because the upshot is they done the scan and they didn't say we can't find it. But the migraines have turned more into headaches. Some people have said it could be down to the COVID jab. Some said it could be a faulty boiler, but I haven't put that boiler on in 6 months. So we'll see what happens, if they find anything in 2 weeks or not. I'm trying to think, was there any other housekeeping I got to do before I start showing you everything? So I'm going to do a couple of hellos. Venus the Militant, hello. Antiques Collectibles, hello. Leanne Hill, hello.
Oh, hi. Hi.
It's been a long time since Sandra's been in a film. She used to come in the lives with me.
I did, yeah.
Bangladesh, well, hello, sir. Or madam. Aurora, sorry, madam. Hello in Bangladesh. A bit jealous, as I sold at 3 boot sales Friday, Sunday and Monday, but to be honest, only bought 2 bits. Honestly, I've got 6 massive storage crates. I was looking if I could turn the computer a bit just quickly to show you. All this is waiting to be filmed before I can list it. There's got to be close on £1,000 worth of stock spent this weekend. And I have had some absolutely spectacular pieces. I'm going to start off with my most expensive in a moment.
No. You're going to start off with my favourite.
No.
Yeah.
Nash 1405, good afternoon. Been waiting for a video from you. Oh, Natasha, thank you very much. The reason I haven't put a video out over the last week is, as you can see, this entire half of the shop is now in boxes, boxed up. I've been sorting it out. I've been trying to take stuff from the shop that I want to go on the website. I'm boxing up stuff that's going to end up a car boot sale, and I sold a lot of the cabinets from this end of the room. It's been absolute chaos, and that's why I'm doing the live videos now instead of filming and editing, because filming and editing a video takes a long time, whereas I can do a live and it's done. So I'm probably going to do 2 or 3 lives over this next week to film everything I bought, and then I can list it. Aurora again, hello. Okay. Oh, very sorry. Oh, hello, Richie. I hope you're feeling a bit better. Richie hasn't been too great. So hope you're feeling better, mate. Anya, as usual, hello, love. Hope you're well. Anya didn't go to car boot sale today because she had too much stock. She doesn't take a leaf out of my book. Good afternoon, Mark. Babs in the attic, hello, love. And Ketka, much love from Serbia. Thank you very much. Okay, so I'm going to show you my favorite piece, my first piece. And to be honest with you, I've got enough here. I could probably keep going till 4 o'clock if I want to. So if there's interaction and people want me to keep going, we'll keep going. If we get bored, we'll just stop because I've literally got £1,000 worth of stock to film. So this piece comes from pretty much humanity's darkest hour, as I was reminded when I put a Facebook post up the other day. But at the same time, it is still a wonderful piece of history. We have a .303 caliber Enfield rifle. In functioning order, obviously deactivated, but functioning. It's got all the correct serial numbers. This is a Mark III. It's had a little bit of work. I think this top piece has been replaced, and it's had probably a few other bits of work. However, I bought this off a subscriber of my channel. He's a military specialist. That's pretty much all he sells on his stall, so he knows what he's doing. Last week he had this and he was asking £400, which sounds a lot of money. An Enfield 303 in good condition. They range anything from sort of £500 to £800 just for the rifle. So I paid £300 for the rifle with a 1917 bayonet with its sheath. So it's all dated up 1917. Now, I've had a few of these Remington and Winchesters and that of late. Now, I didn't buy this to sell it on. £300 works out at about $450, $500. But what I intend to do, this is going to be put into a wood and glass display case, mounted on a wall, fixed. So it's going to have the rifle, the bayonet, the sheath, and then I've got some dummy rounds coming on the weekend, as in bullets. And it's going to go for my youngest son for Christmas. He is military mad. I don't know whether you've seen some of the bayonets I've had framed up in glass frames for him already for last year. But he's been nagging me for a decent gun. No, rifle. I'm not going to sing the song from Full Metal Jacket. This is my rifle. This is my gun. So yeah, it's going to cost me £150 just to frame this up into a nice display case. So in all, it's probably going to own me about £500, which is probably about $850 when I'm finished for a Christmas present. Now, I know it is pretty much the worst part of human history. But it is still...
Why is it the worst part of it?
Because millions and millions of people murdered each other in the trenches.
Okay.
The trenches were the worst warfare of history. The amount of people that died in World War I is shocking. But it is still human history, and my boy loves it, and that's what he's got. So whether it's good history, bad history, history it is, and that's my first purchase. So go big or go home, and I went big at £300.
It's got to be my favourite. It's got to be.
All right.
You had yours now.
All right, Tom, go on.
I think this is wonderful.
Let me check this rifle so it don't move. Before you show that, I want to just finish off any more new hellos and see if anybody comments on the rifle.
Ah, okay. No.
And then you can show that. Where were we? Tea Cakes, good afternoon. No comment. If we go back into lockdown, Anya, and you got no stock, don't complain to me. And John actually knows he's got the gun. I actually asked him if he wanted it before I purchased it, so he is very happy to have it. He's military mad. I did tell him it'd be his main present. He'll have smalls as well, but that will be his main present at that type of money, and he's more than happy for that. So, go on then, Sandra. She can show you her favourite.
There he is. You can have him.
This is from Headliners Horror Films.
The Texas Chainsaw
and it is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I was trying to see if it's got a date on there. It's a limited edition of 15,000 made. I would imagine it's probably 20-year-olds. Oh, there we go. 1999. That wasn't a bad guess at 20 years, was it?
Not bad at all.
It's got a certificate and everything down by there. It's number 10,285. As you can see, it's still in this plastic sealed case. And there he is, Mr. Texas Chainsaw Massacre himself. No, I've seen these films. I actually didn't write them.
I love the films.
But I'm going to start buying a lot more of this stuff if I see it, film memorabilia, because I've been doing research. And this one has been paying stupid money for aliens and things like that.
I paid stupid money.
How much did you pay for Chucky? Was it £100 just for a Chucky doll?
It was.
Chucky, £100. So now I paid £10 for this, which is about $15, $15, $16, maybe a bit more, not much more. But I'm going to start looking out for this type of stuff, and it had enough age to be collectible for me. So you can check that over there.
I think he's great.
What do you got? You spent a £5 on a box of Corgi die-cast, no doubt. I had the 007 car with the original packaging, and I had Chad Valley Ford's tractor spares repair. Well done. Fabulous. And that's why we go to car boot sales, isn't it? Because we literally get bargains. In fact, talking about bargains, I'm going to show you this for a bargain. I know absolutely nothing about stamps. I know nothing about stamps. But what I do know is a bargain when I see one. This is full of stamps, and I mean rammed to the top. I'll give you some examples. It weighs a ton for stamps. It is full of books and tins. Now, there's all sorts. They've got like first aid tins in here, and they're all full of different stamps. I haven't even been through it. I have no idea what's in half of them. I know nothing about stamps. I bought it because there's probably 10,000 stamps in there, if not more. And he's already done them into countries for me. You got Palestine, Yemen, Vietnam, SAR, wherever that is. No idea where SAR is. It's going to be an Arab nation, I think, but I don't know. There's not loads of stamps in there. Come on, go. I know Palestine ones might be all right. Chinese stamps you're looking for. There's all different ones. I have no idea. There are loads. The only one I did know, which I found when I was looking through it, was this one, which is a 1950s Chinese, because I've researched this one. I put that on the side because that is worth as much as I've paid for the entire box. There's about 10,000 stamps here, all individually packed and boxed, and it owed me £20 sterling. That's it. About 28. Excuse me, $30, something like that. Honest to God. Sorry, though. It's that heavy, I can't lift it. But I've no intention of splitting them up, trying to learn stamps and selling stamps. This is going to go straight down to the auction. I'm going to have a little look at anything Palestine, Chinese, things like that. I'm going to take out the obvious ones. And the rest, I'm going to put it into auction with no reserve. and let the stamp boys who know what they're doing buy it and sell them on. It's got to be a couple of £100 there as an auction lot, I would think. It's just sheer volume. With the stamp books and everything, it's probably 10 kilos per day of stamps with the books and the tins and everything. Weighs a ton. You wouldn't think it for little tiny stamps. So over the moon with that. They were on the floor in Gathlegate, £20. I said, any discount, trade discount on that? He said, no. I said, okay, this is 20 quid, and bought it. Stinking dirty, no? But yeah, the only one I'm going to be keeping that I know of a minute is the Chinese one. I'm not going to be keeping it. It's not Fortunes, it's a 1950s one. But anything Chinese I know sells. And when I looked, some people were asking 120 quid for them, but the realistic price was between 10 and £20, which is all the money I paid for the entire box. So the box will be free. So I don't know if any of you are stamp collectors. I know most stamps are worthless, but there's enough there. You only need one stamp to be collectible and for the dealers to find it to run it into the hundreds. So, you know, it's worth a gamble.
I feel super quiet today. I'm just in the back, just listening to you.
That's all right. Do you want to chuck that down on the floor so I can get into the box in a minute, please? You can manage. It's got handles. Go on, you can do it.
Oh, why me?
It's not that bad. Thank you. Yeah, do you know, I know as much as you about stamps, that's the truth. If I saw a £1 stamp that was Victorian, then I know you're talking £100, £200. That type of thing I'd know. High denomination and early, I'd buy. But stamps are such a weird market. You know, depends on the perforations, if they've been stamped right, if they've been franked right. I wouldn't want to get into them. It takes more brains than what I got to deal in stamps. I can tell you that now. But for £20 for a box full like that, that's going down the auction house tomorrow. Well, I ain't going to make this weekend's auction, actually. It'll go down the auction house in a couple of weeks. That'll be going down through the auction. Now, some people say I only ever show really great pieces and they can't afford them. My next piece actually cost me 20 pence, which is about 50 cents, something like that. And it is absolutely beautiful. So this is a bit of Art Deco glass. As you can see, you have a nude female in white glass holding up the bowl and standing on the foot. Now this is Austrian glass by Bimini glass. And I can tell you a set of 6 of these will probably stand you in at close on £1,000. As a single, I've already listed this at £75. And this cost 20 pence. So for those of you who think you need money to go to a car boot sale and buy real rare pieces, you really don't. I've got quite a bit today that I've paid £1 for, 50p for, and is worth really, really good money. But if you can get a set of this Bimini glass with the nudes, you know, you can be talking anything up to £1,000 for a set of 6. But yeah, as a single for 20 pence. And she is absolutely beautiful. So I don't know what you think of that. But for 20p, I'm over the moon. Well, hello, Kirsten. She's saying hello.
Hi. Why do you always laugh when I talk?
I don't. Bought about 800 stamps, 1 2D, etc. for £1 and still lost money. Well, safely, I've got my money back on the Chinese one. And if I was to put that box back out on a car boot sale and say 20 or £30, they'd rip my arm off. They really would. There is that much in there. So I'm all right. And there's Mr. Paul, the gentleman who was in the photograph not 10 minutes ago. I don't know if you saw the photograph, but it just mentioned you. Big tip, if decimal stamps, if they're unused, you can still use them even if they're from 1971. I bet the post office don't like that. Absolutely fabulous. So there you go. Look for unused stamps in things. I know what I used to do years ago when I didn't have much money. If a letter come to me and they hadn't actually franked the stamp and franked on the envelope. I cut the stamp off and super glued the stamp back on and reuse it. That was when I was struggling for money years and years and years ago.
I love that.
But yeah, I've done that many a time actually.
I would never have thought to do that.
If it's not franked, then reuse it.
Are you?
That's mine, isn't it?
No.
Oh, well, it is now.
Like the germs on it now.
Oh, there you go. Have that
I
one.
want my own can.
Okay, I'm going to move along. This stuff literally is now coming out the boxes from when I bought it. She's got a terrible mind, and I'm not going to show it.
It does go, don't I?
Okay, so we have a piece of 19th century Chinese porcelain. So a famille rose, well, famille verte with the green, I suppose. You got the mandarin pattern with the people and the butterflies and everything. Now, what you're looking for on this stuff is, if you take note of the hair, you can see it's highlighted with gold. They have all the gold gilding and things. That tells you it's the earlier. They were doing this from 1840s, 1850s, and the earlier stuff got the gold and the adornments and the highlights. And then as they moved closer to 1900, they didn't have none of this. It was just blocks of color. Now, it does have some waste, lost a bit of gild in there in the center, as you can see, in that medallion. But it has no chips, no cracks. So it's about 170-year-old, give or take. And it cost me £1. I shouldn't have turned that around after what you said.
Come on, guys.
Don't say anything.
I couldn't help it. You turned it to me, and I was like, okay.
I can see what's on your mind.
Turn it around. It's a rocket.
It's a rocket, yes. It's a rocket. You're not coming on another film. So anyway, yeah. Chinese porcelain, 19th century. Cost me £1, $1.50. You know, it's absolutely superb, spectacular. Love it.
Put you right off now, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lost my chain of thought. Can I go over on the stamp box, please?
You can.
And have I got any more to say hello to? Hello, Rebecca. We've used hundreds of old decimal stamps on my wife eBay shop and never had a problem. As I say, I used to use them if they weren't stamped. I've done that loads of times, not just me then. No. I know what Sandra's laughing at. Okay. I'm not going to get it and say anything. Yeah, it's a rocket. Hello, Wanda. Why do people put the metal plate? Well, I know it always chips plates, but that's how they used to hang them, was on the metal. It will be cut off as soon as I get home. Literally, I'm not kidding you. This stuff is literally, I'll show you that. I'll move this. It's literally coming out of the boxes as I bought it, stored it, and I got 5-6 crates per there waiting to show you, and it's literally unboxing for the first time. So, you know. I'm not a violent person, Anya, honestly. I'm not. Okay. I've had another piece of Chinese. I'd like to say the Bimini glass and the Chinese Mandarin plate come off the same stall for £1.20 for the two in Getlige. This one come off a different stall and cost me £2. Now, this is beautifully hand-painted. It's got bats going all the way around, so it's got a border of bats. It's got two hunters down here. I think that's chasing some sort of stag or deer or whatever it is. And then you got the dignitaries on horseback. Now, it is nicely hand-painted. However, it's not that old. This one, I would think, is probably 1960s, I'd guess. It's got a mark on it there. Probably late Republic. I got to do a little look in. Very late Republic, I would think. So it's probably 1960s, but it is hand-painted. It's a nice scene. And it cost me £2.
If you want to double your money, I'll give you 4.
No, thank you. I put it on my wall and keep it first.
Anyway.
It is a beautiful piece of artwork. It really is.
It's really
it's a nice plate. And it has got some age. So I'm trying to read the stamp then. Hand decorated in Macau. Is it Macau in Hong Kong? I have no idea. It might be Hong Kong decorated.
You know I like hand.
Anyway, it's a really nice plate. For the money, it was a gift. And it's got no chips, no cracks again. So, and all this crackling you can see isn't damaged. That's actually part of the design. It's a crackle glaze. So that's a nice thing. Thank you very much. Okay. What we got? I took a punt on an oil board. No signature, but definitely from a accomplished artist. Nice frame. 3 kittens playing with string. Nice. Subject matter. Don't mention cats to this lady here. You will lose it.
I was already going to ask, were they real? I love cats.
And just hello there, Knight's Life. Okay, so next piece is a bit boring, but they're here, so I'm going to show you them. I got a selection of Wade porcelain figurines, or Wade, I'm assuming porcelain could be pottery figurines. So we have the Snowman from 1996. I'll try not to bang the computer next time. We have, I can't even pronounce that, Collectus. Okay. I think it was Collectus. He looks like a fairy. He's got wings.
Yeah.
A boy fairy. I suppose it has to have one. Again by Wade.
I like that.
This one's super cool. This is a bunny rabbit, as it looks like a police officer with a truncheon. So that one's a bit cool. And again by Wade. You can see all the variations of back stamps as they go in through here. We have a Santa Claus bunny rabbit.
That one's awesome. Gracie
would love this one because it's Santa. She absolutely 2.5 years old and already waiting for Santa Claus.
That's my fault.
She's absolutely luscious, Gracie Bell.
She's fantastic.
And this is the final one I got to show you. This is Christmas 1995.
That looks like a ghost.
That's an old lady, I think. She's got a handbag, an umbrella, and a scarf around her head.
Not like the ghost cartoons from years ago. They always had like the white and the fuzzy hair and that. It looks like that to me.
Well, anyway, there's 5 figurines there, and they owe me a massive 0. They don't owe me a penny.
Oh, 0.
Because I bought 7 off a dealer in Surrey for £20, which is about $20-30 for the 7. And a customer came into the shop. Have you got any of the figurines I like? And they just happened to be on the box at the top. So I went, yes, would you like a quick look? And he bought 2 at £10 each, which gave me my money back. So these 5 are free. But what I intend to do with the 5 is I am not going to mess about selling them individually. I'm just going to work out what they're worth, put them on as a job lot on the website for the 5.
Oh.
For the 5.
Oh.
There you go.
You know Gracie's going to want the money.
Gracie Bell may end up with the bunny rabbit. We'll see.
I think she's going to like him.
Oh, that is really kind of you. Thank you, Babs. Lady Casper. Ghost. Well, yeah.
It's a ghost.
It's a ghost, yeah. Right, let's have a look what else is in there. I have no idea what's in these now because I haven't unpacked them. Okay, here's to making a man's wife husband. Can you read that? Come on, read it. They used to talk some English, I tell you.
I was going to read that and you took it off me, but I was reading the sentence first to make sense of it.
Here's to me and my wife husband not forgetting me sen. Okay, so we got a really early mug, crested memorial on the back in poor condition. I can't even remember how much I paid for it. It was either £1 or £2, so you know, $2, $3. Now look at the rim; it's not in good condition, but you know what? I absolutely love it. It's got a motto, and if the dough's out for nout, let's do it for them this end.
They're talking like farmers.
Yeah.
It's the farmer.
So the motto is, and if thou does out for nout, let's do it for this end. So basically, if they're doing something for you, do it back, I think is what they're trying to say. But the language they speak is terrible. See all, hear all, say nout, eat all, sup all, pay nout. So either way, it's an absolute quirky mug. It's going to be Staffordshire Pottery in one of the English potteries. It's just a really nice mug. As I say, condition is not great, but it does display beautifully, and the damage or the chips on the rim and that actually all go with the character and the look of the piece. So, but it was either £1 or £2. I just couldn't leave it there. I can't remember how much I paid for it exactly. A Yorkshire saying mug. There we go. I knew it had to be something like that. The Yorkshires, I can't understand them when they want telly. I'm terrible with the accent, the Yorkshire accent. A Yorkshire dialect mug. There we go. That's what we got. Half the people can't understand Welsh. Yorkshire language is that, lad. Okay. It's not easy to read, I can assure you. When I'm not brilliant with the reading side anyway. Okay, next piece is another Gatley piece. We have a wasted glass vase. Slender glass vase. Doesn't look a lot to a lot of people. However, when you turn it around, you see the label. And it is by the Whitefriars Glass Company. It's probably 1970s. I haven't dated the label. I would assume 70s, possibly 80s. But it's a nice wasted piece of Whitefriars. This was £2.50, so about $4 for a piece of Whitefriars glass with this original label. So it's nothing special. But I've got a few more pieces of Whitefriars dotted around the shop that I want to sell as a group. So I will put them with this and they'll add to the group.
I actually like her.
You watch, you don't end up spooked for Christmas then.
I think that's great. Oh, I'm a ghost. I think she's lovely. I'd put it up for Halloween.
I feel sorry for any old ladies out there now with a handbag and umbrella watching. I dread to think what you would do with them. It would be wasted on me. Yes, well. If you're not getting paid, make sure you're doing it for yourself. Okay. And Richard, hello, sir. How are you doing? Hope you're well. Or feeling better. Yeah, that's how we're
Hi, Richard.
Hopefully he's feeling a bit better. Okay, next piece. I'll just keep going till everybody gets bored. So next piece is a letter opener. I don't know where they are like a bottle opener from. It's in bronze. And look at that horse rearing at the top. Lovely, lovely thing. I bought this off a pair of subscribers from Merthyr Tydfil, Gerald and David. Hello to both of you. Thank you very much. I bought quite a bit off them over the last few weeks. Now, they actually sold this. They've had a stall up in Gatley car boot sale a couple of times. And they've had some nice curios on the table. And this I absolutely adored. The quality in bronze of the horse and everything, you know, it cost me £4, if I remember right, which is about $6 for a bronze letter opener. And if you're into equestrian or anything to do with horses, then you're going to absolutely love it anyway. Let's be totally honest with you. It's absolutely gorgeous and in good condition. It's a horse, not a cat. You're okay. You can handle it. If it'd been a cat, it'd already been stolen.
I do love cats. I can't help it. I love cats.
She's the mad cat lady.
I got
really is.
5 babies.
I'm not commenting on that.
No, you know I love her.
What else we got in here? I have no idea. Oh, right. So we have a piece of USSR. Russian porcelain. Very almost Eskimo looking with that coat, isn't it?
The Eskimo with the Yeah.
But a beautiful piece, little boy with the dog. I'm not sure if this is that Lomenstoff or however it's pronounced. I can't pronounce it. But it's made in USSR. We have a nice porcelain figurine. That was 50p.
He's with his husky.
50 pence. Well, good afternoon, Denver. Thank you very much for coming. eBay listing. I've had the baby all morning. I've been waiting all day to make a film, and she didn't get picked up till 1 o'clock. And it's been hard work. So yeah, we got. It didn't cost me £1. You come in Gatley, and I think it was 50. It was either 50 pence or it was £1, but I don't think it was a pound, to be honest. I think it was 50p. So USSR Russian porcelain, and it's in beautiful condition. There you go. So yeah, nice figurine.
It's lovely. Little Eskimo boy with his husky.
It has an Eskimo look to it.
It is definitely. Look, he's even got a curly face. Really nice. Please don't tell me you need to go now.
I will do in a minute. Yeah, you just will start moving that onto the floor over onto the stamp box if you want.
Is that my job?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Well, I got to get into the boxes to show them everything. This piece, now, do you know, I don't buy silverback that often. I really don't. It's hard to sell. It's outdated. It's yesterday's antique. But I saw this and I absolutely loved it. And we have a beautiful bowl and cover with this peacock design in high relief. Absolutely stunning. It's very much in a Chinese taste or Chinese style. It's in good condition. It's a good size to it as well, as you can see. And it not only has Silverback England on it, it has the mold number 5399.
Yeah.
Now, I did not pay that price, so don't panic there.
How much is on it?
$24.99.
Wow.
I didn't pay that. This was on a clearance table, and I paid £10 whole, which is $15, $16, something like that. But it is absolutely beautiful. Now, I didn't buy it to sell on. I bought it with the possibility I may give it to my fiance to go on a table, dressing table, because it is such a beautiful looking thing. I only bought it because I absolutely loved the style. I thought it was beautiful, and I love the Chinese taste anyway. So I think it was the Chinese influence that drew me to it. The color is beautiful. It's a good size, and you know, what can I say? It's just a nice bit of ceramics, English ceramics by Silvac. See, you've got a job. It's not like you just sat there. You've got a job to just keep plonking over there.
I didn't
Don't plonk me on the head.
That was my job. I'm running out of space.
Fill up towards the toilet unless you need the toilet.
Well, I might need a wee.
The shop is in a mess. As you can imagine, there's boxes everywhere where the shop is shutting down. Next Friday is actually going to be my last day of opening the shop. I've got 2 weeks left on the contract. But I'm going to shut the shop next Friday, so a week tomorrow. No, it's Thursday tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
So a week Friday, and I'm going to empty what's left in then and paint and give the shop back. So it'll be the last week, next week, of trading at the shop.
Can I have a lamp? A light burner, a lamp burner?
Yeah, oil lamp.
You know my other one smashed. Bailey smashed her. I love them.
Thank you very much, Kirsten. It is absolutely beautiful. Real nice quality bit of USSR. Nothing wrong with loving cats. I don't love car boots. I love treasure hunting. It doesn't matter where it is, Anya. Do you know what? It could be somebody's house full of junk. It could be a charity shop. It could be at the bottom of a river. I wouldn't care. My dream is to go into the Yukon and do gold mining just for a couple of days, just for a bit of fun, because I love the treasure hunt. It doesn't matter where it is.
Mm-hmm.
Love that. I'm not sure what it is. Probably the Silvac, I would think. Hello, Lisa. Hope all is good in Wales. Well, it's a dry day. I've been busy this morning. Baby been here. So yeah, it's been all right.
Oh, isn't she just wonderful?
Oh, hang on. Chinoiserie, which is basically just the Chinese taste done in England. Yes, I agree with you totally. I forgot I should have used that word chinoiserie, but it didn't enter my head. You missed the banter, Rich. That's because you haven't visited in 18 months. We've been locked up. I'm not in the police station, of course. Although we would have had Sky and pool and all the rest of it then. Hello, Stu. Hope you're doing well, fella. Haven't seen you for a while. Ed's a dreamer, just like me. Would love to go gold prospecting with a pan. Do you know, I wouldn't care what I found. It's just the fun of doing it.
You would care what you found. If you didn't find one scrap of gold, I wouldn't hear the last of it.
This one buyer was supposed to have bought me a gold panning weekend for my birthday when I turned 40. I'm not going to tell you how long ago that was, but it was a while back. And it never actually came to be.
But what did you have instead?
I can't remember.
Yeah, exactly.
Right then. Well, I'm going to need them boxes. Let's drag this all the way down. See what's in here. Okay, so we got a bit more Oriental, going to Japan this time. So clearly Japanese, Imari. Now, this one I bought because I found it seriously unusual. Now, I can't decide whether this is a sample plate or whether it was the way it was meant to be. Because basically you have got 4 different borders. It's almost like a sample plate of borders, but they only go to like, is it 4 or 5? 1, 2, 3, 4. They only do 4 and then they repeat it. So there is a repeated pattern on the plate, but they are showing the borders. So I don't know if it's a sample plate for what you can have on your porcelain or whether it's meant to be like this. But it's Japanese and it's hand painted and it cost me £2, $3.
I wouldn't buy a plate. See? I wouldn't. You know I wouldn't.
It's actually in good condition. It's probably... Looking at it, it's probably 100-year-old. And the fact it's got all the different borders on there is what throws me. I honestly think it's a sample plate. But I don't know if anybody else got any different opinions. But it's a nice thing either way. Bit of Japanese porcelain. Japanese porcelain does not pull the money that Chinese porcelain does. But it's still collectible.
I have to put it down again.
Of course you do. That's the idea. I pass it to you and I can keep digging. She's going to moan all the way through, don't worry. Your dream is to mudlark on the Thames and you're in Canada. Well, to be honest with you, I've watched a couple of the episodes where they do the mudlarking and they find some seriously nice things. Some nice bits of history in that. And that would be just as much fun for me as gold panning or going to a boot sale. I'd have a go at that. I'd love to.
You can go to the Cannon Taff. Wouldn't cost me nothing.
Do you know what we used to do around here?
With a bat.
If you go back 20 years ago, right, and if anybody lives in Wales or England, you'll know what I'm talking about. The councils used to have dumps. Not like they have now. They have recycling plants now where you go in and you put your stuff into different containers and they sort it out and recycle it. Years ago, it used to be they'd back up with a truck and just tip it out into landfill. And we'd all be up there rummaging through it to see what we could find. Glass bottles, jewelry, you name it. There was some amazing stuff people threw out. And I'd love to do that again. I really would, because I miss doing that, digging through, all the landfill and seeing what old bottles and antiques you could find.
Would you like to do that for your 50th birthday?
Cough. Cough. No, gold panning, remember?
No, you just made that sound wonderful. It don't cost me nothing either.
You ain't allowed, believe it or not. There's no more landfills.
Oh, I'll find one.
And now the recycling centres got people that kind of take stuff out and sell it on anyway. Some of them have brought stuff to me, haven't they? Defo for a day, gold panning. Love the idea. There's a few places you can do it in the UK. Believe it or not, right? I think is somewhere in North Wales now. They've just found a new vein of gold. So I definitely have to have a go there.
But do you get to keep what you find?
No.
Oh.
I don't think you do. Or if you do, they're going to put it somewhere where there is no gold. You might find a speck of gold. They ain't going to put it with his nuggets and things, are they? If you like gold panning prospecting, take a look at Dan Hurd on YouTube. I watch all the gold rushes now, mate. I watched Series 11 this week, and Parker pulled out something like in a month, pulled out like £4 million worth of gold. It's just the fun of it. I haven't got the time or patience to watch everybody doing it, but it's just, I'd like to have a go. Definitely. Hello, Julie. Okay, so what else is in here? Okay, we'll skip over this one pretty fast. It's quite a boring one. Just a simple Coldport Ladies of Fashion figurine, Rosemary. Unfortunately, they do nothing for me, but they do sell. And she was a $5, $7.50. We'll skip over her pretty quick.
No, that's awful to skip over her head. She's beautiful.
Okay.
She is really nice.
They don't do nothing for me.
I know, but I like stuff like this.
Okay.
Save me from moving.
Okay, so next I have a set of hand-painted. Now, you're going to put me on the spot. I don't know if it's 30s or 50s. It's Royal Winton, Grimwade's, made in England. I'm going to go for 30s, but it could be 50s. Beautiful hand-painted tea service. So I got cups, saucers, sugar bowl, cream jug, cups and saucers on the teapot. Now, I paid £10 for the entire set. Now, I've had this stuff in the past, and I always do well with it. I don't buy tea sets as a rule, but this stuff, for some reason, I've done well with. Pattern number 301262. Okay. So, I'm not going to pull it all out, but there's a full set in here of absolutely everything, cups, saucers. But I'll end up on the website in the week. We'll leave that in. That's just the dinners, the tea set. Not going to bother with that. I like interesting things. Is a cheapie, but an interesting one. What's it say? Full strength. So we got an old sweet box. I would imagine made of pine. Somebody turned her into like a pencil case. What was her name? Nicola Thomas. So this was no doubt turned into like a little pencil case or an art box. It was for sweets, specially packed in Austria for Harrods of London. So it would make just a beautiful box. I'm not going to clean any of it up. I absolutely love the look it's got, where she's done all the drawings and the scribbles and all the ink stains all over it, and it's just a nice little curio box. So I love it. And for the money, it came in for next to nothing. So I don't know how many people that would appeal to. I'm not even going to take the name off the Nicola Thomas. I'm going to leave it all on there and leave it as it is, because I think it's absolutely beautiful. It's just got a look about it, you know, that you can't recreate anymore. So something and nothing, but I love the Harrods name on it as well. Okie dokie, where are we at? Civic amenity tips are big business in the UK. Council office contracts to companies for the rights to take good stuff out of the bins and resell it at recycling centres. Well, we used to do that for free. It used to be great fun. But yeah, I can understand why. Love Royal Winton, great score for £10. Thank you very much. That lid is a special design. Well, thank you for that as well. That helps too. Any help I'm happy for. Tam and Bella Sell. Hello there.
Hi.
Now, as you know, I don't like buying anything damaged. But this, I thought, was good enough to warrant it. So we have what's probably a terrine base or tray. Beautiful, hand-painted, sort of Art Deco pattern. Is it hand-painted? It looks hand-painted. It could be transfer, actually. I need an eyeglass. It's possibly hand painted, could be a transfer, but it's pure Art Deco, and it's by Mayotte. And it's a big piece, and the downside with it is it's got a little chip there. Now, I wouldn't normally buy it, but it cost me £3 in Sully, so about $5, and I just thought it was big enough, and I liked the design enough to warrant putting £3 into it. And even if it was a terrain base, which it probably was because of this recess here, it'd still make a nice tray if someone wanted it as a tray. Or if somebody has got the terrain, they're going to rip my arm off for it. So, nothing special, but interesting. Next piece, I've probably overpaid. However, I absolutely love it. I wanted it on the website at any cost. And it was any cost. Now, I take some people with me to the car boot sales because they can't drive. So I give them a free lift. I don't charge. I don't need to take them because, as some say, I'm taking my own competition. But at the same time, it doesn't matter to me. If I can help other dealers out, then I help them. And in this particular case, I took two Steves, Steve and Bunny, and I'm not sure of the other Steve's surname, but I took two Steves with me on the weekend to Gethley Gay car boot sale buy-in. And Bunny actually beat me to a miner's lamp. Now, the lamp actually says who it belonged to. The lamp belonged to Henry Guilford Oliver, 22nd of February, 1918. So already we got a little bit of history with the lamp. I'll tell you the price in a bit when I cry. So we have a Thomas & Williams lamp. A really nice example of a Thomas & Williams lamp. We know who owned it. We got the story of the gentleman who owned it. And it also comes with its original tally check. Now, the tally checks are safety checks. So if you went underground, they would know who's underground by the fact the tally check was still on the wall. Now, Maritime Pit, GWC. So we'll be talking, it's a Welsh pit. And Welsh checks are seriously, seriously collectible. And you got the checks for the lamp, the 161 and the 262. Now, he actually bought this for £45 off a lady, which is, I'd guess, $65, $70. And we were talking about it, and we both felt it was worth at least £150 for the lamp, the history, the check, and so on. Anyway, I asked him what he wanted off me, and I offered him $120, and he accepted. So he trebled his money, which I'm not going to do, but I've probably overpaid for it a little, but it is such a beautiful piece of Welsh history. I love the fact it's got its original check. I love the fact we got the name of the previous owner. We got absolutely everything, and it's a Thomas & Williams lamp. And it's in seriously, seriously good condition. So it owes me £120, so you're talking that is about $180, which for this type of thing is a lot of money. But I wanted it on the website, so I paid for it. It's that simple. I coughed up because I wanted it on the site. But it is a beautiful piece of history either way. So I love that one. I know what you think. A lot of the Thomas & Williams lamps, even the modern ones, some people are asking £100 from. That one's 1918. It's got the colliery check with it. It's got the history of the owner with it, everything. So I anteed up and paid £120 for it. So, what's that? Fake antique. No idea what that is. So I take them down there and they make money off me. I'm a clown. Not necessarily, because if they hadn't bought it, another dealer would have bought it and I'd have bought it off them. I'm actually not that selfish that I would see other dealers struggle because they can't drive. and the amount of stuff I buy justifies, it doesn't make any difference anyway, they're not competition. But I have no problem taking people and helping other people. And I didn't have to buy the lamp. I chose to buy the lamp. He could have put it on his site. At the end of the day, there is probably 1,000 dealers at Get the Gay car boot sale in the mornings. And if it hadn't been him buying it, it'd been someone else. At least with him buying it, it gave me an option to buy it off him, where someone else might not have sold it. And I wanted it for the website. So yes, maybe I'm stupid taking my own competition, but you know what? I'm not that selfish. I have no problem helping people at all. But I can't argue with you because I do know it cost me money this time round, but at the same time, you know, I don't mind helping. Anyway, I'm going to move on to my next piece. Flog it and see. Thank you, and nothing at all. Anya, on the other hand, she does a lot with jigsaws, and she'll probably, if you post up in the chat, she'll probably be able to help you with the jigsaw because I know she buys a lot of them. That's my next piece. I was down in Sully on Bank Holiday Monday. Sully car boot sale was massive. It went all the way down to the seafront. And I found this on a stall, and they tried telling me it was a miner's time clock. But on the back, it has a broad arrow. So it's definitely military, not mining. Anyway, it is by the Thomas Armstrong and Brothers Company of Manchester, who've been operating since 1860s through to 1969 or something like that. It was when I looked it up. And it is a time clock, if you like, but it's a night watchman's clock. So the night watchman would have to stamp at location to say he'd visited. So no doubt on some military installation, don't know what. And then the night watchman would have actually stamped that he'd visited whatever checkpoint. Now, the Thomas Armstrong brothers produced a lot of seriously important equipment. They've done barometers, they've done clocks, they've done earthquake machines, they've done absolutely everything. And a lot of this stuff's in museums. I can't find another one by this company. I've found a few variations of night watchman clocks, none of which have got a military broad arrow on, by the way. So value-wise, we don't know yet. However, I paid £15 for it, but I don't have the keys. But I don't know what you think. I tell you what, for something as small as this, it weighs an absolute ton. So he'd put his card on there, ready to be punched. Okay, so where are we at? There's plenty for everyone. You might not have got it at all if you didn't take him. I totally agree, Dan. But at the end of the day, honestly, if you follow my videos, you know how much I buy, and I've got half a dozen crates here just waiting to film so I can list it. I never fail when I go to a car boot sale, and a lot of the dealers will buy stuff and come and see me, and I don't mind them making a profit. So it is what it is. I'm not worried about it. There's no love in business or more. Well, if I'm happy to pay the price they're asking, you know, let me put it this way. A lot of people that take the mick and say, do you know what? You go online, you tell people you've paid £1 for it, and then you ask £100 for it, as an example. And my answer is yes, but I've had 20 years of learning. I get up at 3 in the morning. I dig through piles of crap, stinking dirty, cut my fingers digging through boxes. Mm-hmm. All right. And I dig out the treasures. I go home, I clean it, hope it is original, not fake, and try and make money off it. So it's like saying to an electrician or a solicitor, if you like, I'm not paying your fee, even though you had to do like 10 years of training to justify that fee. It makes no difference. You know, you pay for the experience and the knowledge. I don't mind people making money off me, just as I expect to make money off the things I buy. Thank you very much, Richard. Loving your output, friend. It's so educational. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Cool clock. Thank you. I can't find another one. I can find night watchman clocks, but obviously not a military one, and not by this company. Can't find another one by this company, the Armstrong Brothers of Manchester. Date-wise, I wouldn't have a clue at the moment. I'd have to find the actual model and date it. Even though they've been going since 1860s, this could have been absolutely anywhere thereafter. So there's a 100-year period it could be, so needs a bit of work. But it was £15, which is about $22. And to be honest with you, I have no idea where it's going to finish up, because I just don't know at the moment. I agree totally. The maker is absolutely fabulous. They actually got stuff in museums. So, and to be honest with you, normally, don't matter what I buy, if I can find another one on the internet, then, you know, I can work a price. If I can't find something worldwide, then it normally says it's quite special. So, and I can't find another one of them worldwide.
Right, I've got to go.
All right, love. Do you want to come say goodbye?
Yeah, I could grab my stuff. I knew I can't get past. You get my bag?
Yeah.
Sorry.
What's wrong? Yeah, all right.
Yeah, that's fine. It's just like half an hour.
I'm short-sighted.
Just realised the time.
Yeah, if I move that box, you can come say goodbye. There you go.
Genuinely just realised the time.
All right.
Bye.
You'll see Sandra again, no doubt.
I'm the slave. I'm the one that passes things.
Gotta have one.
Ooh!
Oh.
Birthday stuff.
Oh, yeah.
My God, I'm forgetting everything now.
All right.
Right, thank you very
Watch
much.
that plate and don't kick my bowl again.
I think last time.
Yeah, you did.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right, love. I'll give you a text when I'm finished, all right?
Yeah, that's fine. Right, I'll see you later.
All right, the door's locked, baby. I'll have to slide the bolt.
No problem.
Okay, I have seriously forgotten where I was. Hello, David. Bye, Tom and Bella. It was great to see Sandra again. She's around, but more often than not now, when I go out to car boot sales and things, where we used to film in the car before, she now has the baby for me to go. Because my partner works nights as a care worker, so she's in bed sleeping, and I have to have the baby. Hence why she's been at the shop with me all day today. But on the weekend, Sandra has her for me to keep buying. So anyway, I'm going to move on. This piece I actually bought off, I'm not sure who it's to do with, whether it's Mr. Tom's friend or Mr. Tom's wife, I'm not sure. But I purchased a bit of Bohemian glass, probably 1930s, 50s. It's got the original mesh top, which has got a split on it, but it's neither here nor there. And I paid £5 for that. It's just a nice, just like the shape of it. For a £5, which is about $7.50, $8, was absolutely fine. And it's got this lovely mixture of almost end of day colors running through it with the green, yellow, and orange and blue. So it's just a nice thing. I liked it, so I bought it. It's nothing that's going to sink the boat, you know, or rock the earth, but it's a nice bit of Czech or Bohemian glass. And for a £5, I was happy. We got an old Bakelite radio. Now, I don't buy radios that often, Because normally when I see them, they want too much money from. I haven't even looked who the maker is. Philips. Nice enamel badge on the front. So we have a Philips Bakelite radio. I know, let's assume 30s again. It's got a chip there on the corner. But other than that, that's the only damage I can see on there. And it's still got all its workings. It's actually in good condition. I love this sort of material front there. Other than the chip on the side, it's in good condition. Weighs a ton, mind. Unfortunately, brown Bakelite. If it was a colour, you know, red, green, or bright orange or something like that, they'd pull good money, the coloured Bakelites. But still, a nice radio. I can't tell you what it's worth. I can tell you I paid £10 for it, which is about $16, $15, something like that, for a Bakelite radio. I'm not being funny. I could sell the knobs for that money. So, you know, it was a gift. I don't know if anybody deals in radios knows what these sort of things sell for. But at a tenner, I wasn't leaving it there. Budapest. The top radio station or country you can receive here is Budapest. Prague, Rome. I can just about get bloody BBC One or Radio 1 on my radio these days in the valleys here. And look at that. It's countries all over the world. I don't know if you can see it there. Now that's how to pick up radio stations, huh? Berlin, London, Ireland. So yeah, you didn't have individual stations on here. You had countries. So if you want to pick a country up. But for a tenner, you know, I was over the moon with that. Yes, that's my listing. What have we listed $199.99 at? That sounds interesting. Okay. Moving on. You know I love my brass. So I've got a bit of brass. I'll keep going while people want me to, so because I got tons and tons to get through, so I'm not worried. We've got a big brass Shire horse. This is solid cast and it's actually stamped British made. I'm trying to turn it to see which way you got to read it. So it's actually stamped British made. So it's an older one and it's cast solid, not hollow cast. So you can imagine the weight on this. It's probably 2-3 kilos, maybe a bit more, and it cost me a $5, so about $7-8. And when you consider brass is something like $2.20 a kilo, $2.30 a kilo, something like that, I'm actually in profit just on the scrap if it was to weigh it in. But beautiful thing nonetheless. Nice Shire horse on stand. So thank you very much. That's very kind of you. I appreciate it. Car boot sale, Sunday Mucker. Nice to see you. Yes, I will be there, weather permitting. 100%. I will see you there. Bring some nice bits. You know me, I'm always happy to buy interesting pieces. Did you see the letter opener that I purchased off you, Dave? That was in the video earlier. Grab another box, bear with me. I got that many boxes, yeah. I didn't expect to get through too many of them. However, since we get in it, I have no idea what's in them. It's going to be literally whatever's in them. It's all got to be filmed, so I just will get to it. So a lot of this is stuff I bought in Sully on Monday. So we have a bit of Wedgwood. The pattern is California. The pattern is California. It's got a sort of monogram on the front and it's gilded all the way around. Nice bit of fine bone china. Now everything you need to know is there on the base. Now, the only thing I don't know is this a base of a tureen? Or looking at it, it looks like it could be a punch bowl. You know, the shape and the size. So I'm unsure at the moment, is it a soup tureen that's missing a lid or is it a punch bowl? But I Googled it whilst I was down in Sully and people are asking 100 and 120 pounds for this California pattern tureens. And they get in 20s and 30s for a single cup. So I thought it was £5. No, it wasn't. It was £6, which is about $8 to $10. And I thought, you know what? It's perfect. Even if it's missing a lid, it would still double up as a fruit bowl or punch bowl if you wanted it to. So if anybody collected this California pattern Wedgwood, they could still use it without the lid if it ever had a lid. I don't know. Even a punch bowl may have had a lid. I don't know. But it would work as a fruit bowl. The shape doesn't really suggest tureen to me, but because it's a bit sort of wrong shape. But I could be wrong. It could be just a simple soup tureen that's missing a lid. But for £6, it's California pattern, which apparently is seriously desirable. Now, you wouldn't think it because there's so much white on there, but it is. And it's no chips, no cracks, and you heard a ring. So even if it is missing a lid, it will double up as a fruit bowl. If I can find out if it's a punch bowl, then it's going to be really good profit on this. But for £6 from Sully, car boot sale, it was spectacular. And this was Bank Holiday Monday. Sully, they had problems on the Sunday with people abusing the staff because they tried, it was their first one, I think, and they tried a system that didn't work and people were kept out for hours in the cars trying to queue to get in. And people were actually abusing the staff to the point that they've threatened to shut Sully car boot sale down. They've said basically that if they keep abusing the staff, they will shut it down. Monday, they went back to how they used to do it, which is they'd open at 6 o'clock and everybody could just go in. On Monday, rather. And the good thing for me was Malvin was on and a number of other antique fairs were on. So the dealers, or the dealer count in Sully on Monday was low. There were dealers there, but the dealer count to normal was low. So I've had a field day in Sully. I really have. I bought a lot of signed art glass, a lot of antiques. Those weighed figures from earlier come in from Sully as well for £20 for the 7, which the 5 are now free. Okay, nothing spectacular, probably 1970s or 80s. It's Bohemian. It's 2-color glass, so it's overlaid glass or flashed, some people call it, which is basically they put another color over the top of the clear and then they cut it back to reveal the pattern. It's a nice piece. It's Bohemian crystal, I would assume, although Waterford and a few other English companies have made this stuff, so I need to check for a signature. But it's more than likely going to be Bohemian. But it was £1. And I'm not being funny. They're £20, £25 of anybody's money for these overlaid or flashed crystal vases. And it was £1, so not even $2. A nice flower in the middle with the amber. Did I buy any silver or any jewelry from Natasha? I bought a lot of jewelry in Sully. I'm not even going to show the jewelry at the moment. I bought white gold. I bought silver. I bought a lot of jewelry this weekend. I don't know who I bought it off, to be honest with you. I bought so much and moved so fast that I don't know. I don't think I did. I've got a story about the jewelry actually from Gethley Gay. And that's going to annoy some people. I went up to a stall or car in Gethley Gay car boot sale, and there was 2 ladies on there, one elderly or older lady and probably mother and daughter, and a lady in her 40s. Anyway, they pulled out a load of silver and I went through it and it was £25 and I paid them. And then they pulled out another box. I went through and I picked up a little bit of rolled gold and a couple of other pieces. And that was a tenner, so I paid her again. I paid her the tenner, and as I paid her the tenner, the other lady says, as he paid you to the old lady, as he paid you the 25 for the first lot? And she said no, which put me in a predicament. Now, it could have been that I made a mistake because I was moving fast. But the way I work is once I got a handful of silver or gold, before I put it in my bag, I'll pay you. For no other reason than I don't want you to have the option of asking for it back. Because once I've paid for it, it's mine. So I make a habit of I pay for it before I go on to any further. Because if I'm buying it, it's worth its money. So in my mind, I paid them the £25 for the first batch of silver. And then I paid them secondly then for the second batch. However, there was 2 of them and 1 of me. And both of those said no. So I was then in a predicament of, do I argue? Then Barbara would come across in Gathlegay and say, well, sorry, it's 2 of them, it's 1 of you, give them the jewellery or give them the money or get out of the boot sale. And I make a lot of money from Gathlegay. So to save the argument, I actually paid the £25 a second time. Now, I could be wrong. And I mean, I could be wrong. I might not have paid them because I am, with the migraines and everything, I haven't been brilliant. But I put hand on heart. There was a gentleman stood there and he thought I paid him and all. Another one of the dealers. And I thought I paid him. But whether I paid him or whether I didn't pay him, I bit the bullet and I paid it again because I had no choice. I even apologized and said, if I didn't pay you, I wasn't trying to catch you. And I paid him again. So that's a situation of what do you do? You're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. If I didn't pay him again, I could have been thrown off the boot sale, lost the jewelry, because there was no one else there who actually saw the money handing over. Or do I just bite the bullet, pay him, because I knew there was more than sufficient profit in the jewelry to cover the £50 instead of the 25, which is what I ended up doing. But it left a bitter taste in my mouth, not for the money, but for the thought of I potentially got caught. So I don't know, make of it what you will. What would you have done in that situation? Because for me, I weighed it up, and not causing the scene with Barbara at the boot sale was worth more to me, and not getting thrown out of the boot sale was worth more to me, because no matter how much I argued, it would have always come down to their word against my word. So I was buggered either way. But what I am going to make sure of now, from now on, is I'm a lot louder when I pay people. And make sure they know I know I've paid. So that annoyed me. It really did annoy me. Thank you very much. I always manage to find some cheap stuff. I'm not even going to put down on the screen or answer it. The answer is 100% no. I am not, believe it or not. No, I'm not even going to answer it. The answer is no. That's happened to me. People say I didn't give a change, and I know damn well I did. It's annoying. It's more than annoying. It actually ruined the rest of the day for me, because the rest of the day I couldn't get it out of my head. I know I haven't been right with the migraines, and I have been taking tramadol, which makes me a bit... But it's something I've always done for 20 years. I pay them as soon as I got the stuff and I put it in my bag, because I don't want them to ask for it back. Because I've had people before now where they've realized I'm looking for gold and silver and say, oh, actually, do you know what? I'll have it back, and I'll look at it and I'll think about it. So I pay them as soon as I got it in my hand. We do the price. I pay them and get it in my bag. So that is their mind. They're not having it back. So based on the way I've worked, and it's almost second nature now. I don't even think about it. That's the way I do it. I think, and I'm 95% that I paid them, 5% that I didn't, but I paid them twice. Or I paid them once either way. But whether I paid them once or whether I paid them twice, it still stands that you have to then weigh up. Do you argue, or do you just take the hit? Please show the silver and the jewelry. That's the real reason I'm watching, friend. I will be doing the silver and the jewelry, but it won't be today. I have got a lot of ceramics that I want to get listed on the website. For the jewelry, I'll be doing a special jewelry video again. And I had quite a bit of silver and gold, but that will be in a different film, a different day. Today, I'm trying to get through all the ceramics and glass and metalware and instruments so that I can get them listed on the website. I'm dyslexic, so my sense and punctuation are not right. Sometimes I meant that. Me, Natasha, asked a question. Okay. It's a good way of doing it, but you made that money back. I did, to be honest with you, what I had off them was probably worth closer to £100. So even at £50, I'm going to double my money. And if I'd kicked up a scene, Barbara would have come across, who runs and owns the boot sale, and she would have said, give them the jewellery back and get off. Plain and simple. There's just no point in arguing because you can't win. It's a no-win situation. If other people had seen me pay her, then I might have actually argued, but there was just no point. I take £2,000 with me to a car boot sale, more or less, when I go, and I go around pretty fast. And even if I could prove to them how much I had before this stall and after this stall, it still doesn't prove I give it to them. It's still my word against theirs. So, and nobody at the car boot sale will give you a receipt. And if you was to get a receipt at the car boot sale, let's be totally honest with you, you'd be stood there for ages and you'd miss all the rest of the bargains. What dealers do, they buy the stuff and they just write it down in a notebook then when you're having a cup of tea of what you've bought and how much you've paid. Actually, I've learned a lesson, because that's the first time it ever happened to me in 20-something years. I have learned a lesson, and I have just put it down to an unfortunate situation. But since it was mentioned, that's why I brought it up. Anyway, if there's any GoPro. Do you know, I'm not allowed to film in Gathlegay. I've actually had permission to film in Bessemer, but Bessemer have shut down. Gathlegay have made it perfectly clear I'm not allowed to film or take any photographs up there. She doesn't want it. But it would have been a perfect way. If I had my camera on, it would have proven that I paid or not paid. I'm not going to say 100% I paid, because genuinely there's that little thing at the back of my head that says, you know what, you'd had your tablets, you haven't been right, that you could have messed up. So I'm not going to say 100% I got caught. But I feel like I did. And I'm sure I did, but I can't be 100% on it. So if you know what I mean. But the prices I pay for stuff and what I make on the stuff anyway, it doesn't really matter. I chalk it down. I'll just add the £25 onto the rest of the day, and you know, it is what it is. Anyway, it's my next purchase. Again, it's another bit of silverback. I don't normally buy the stuff, but I love the color and I love the shape. Absolutely love the color. Beautiful, rich blue, and it's by Silverback again. And we have a biscuit barrel, pattern or mold number 1446, Silverback, made in England. I just love the shape. I love the shape, love the color, and it's got this sort of simulated wood. It's trying to look like wood, even though it's blue. It's in good condition, and again, it was either £1 or £2, but I think it was £1. So, you know, not $2. I don't normally buy the Silverback, but I liked it. This one, I'm not sure what it is, other than the fact I think it's Victorian ceramics. So it's possibly down the blush ivory line. It's got a bluish green hint to the glaze, and then this painted applied gilding. Now, when I saw it, I thought it possibly could be Worcester. It's unmarked. It is porcelain. It's unmarked. The base is not glazed. But it's a beautiful tray nonetheless. It's Victorian. Well, I would say late Victorian or early Edwardian, but it's certainly an antique. It's certainly over 100-year-old. I love the gilded flowers. It's sort of the stuff you see on the blush ivory by Worcester and things like that, but it is unmarked. So I don't know if anybody actually recognizes it. Now, I paid a tenner for this, which is about $16, give or take, but it's a nice big tray, and I absolutely love it. So research needed on that one. Let me see. So barrel effect. Yeah, that's what I was actually thinking of. Yeah, you know, the wooden barrels. They're trying to simulate that. Hello, Lex. How are you, darling? Hope you're well. Didn't see you down Sully this weekend. Where we are. Another good one is when you put stuff down at car boot sale and someone picks it up and wants to buy it and insists they should be able to. I can beat that. When people buy it out your hand, when you got it in your hand and you're trying to pay for it and someone overhands money and tries to take it off you. Believe me, you get all sorts of events at car boot sales. It's just, it is what it is. Listening at work, so I'm just imagining all the stuff. You'll have to watch it back. I'm sorry. Some of it is absolutely beautiful and a couple of pieces like the Colporter run of the mill, but it's some really nice things. And back, sorry, had to go get little one from her first day at high school. Isn't that sweet? High school started already. Hours go back on Monday. Bear with me. Oh, yay. I can actually stay on a bit longer. I don't have to go home yet. So I don't have to rush off. I can carry on while people are happy to watch. I can get through the stock I've got. And believe me, I have no idea half of what I got. So we're still on a lot of the stuff from Sully. Oh, hang on. Get rid of that one. This one is a piece of Kribska glass by Joseph Hospoda, if I'm pronouncing that right. Anybody who wants to know anything about 20th century factory glass or art glass, there's a website called 20th Century Factory Glass, and it has an encyclopedia and it lists all the different makers, Rimaki, Whitefriars, Kribska, all of them. It gives you the patterns, the designers, everything, and it's free to use, which is always important. So we got a nice, almost batwing vase in it, but a batieu rather, whatever. Nice thing. Kribska. It cost me $5. It's like $7.50, $8, and I love the colors. You got the clear, you got the purple, and the ruby color. You do get them with the Vaseline white tops, but this one hasn't got it, unfortunately. Where we at? Sully was there Sunday, bought a box of jewellery for $5 and there were 6 or 7 bits of gold in it. Well done. I actually bought a silver ring in Gethley Gay. Well, actually, let me rephrase that. I walked up to a lady and she pulled out 3 pieces, 2 of which were silver, 1 was Ben Sherman. So you had a silver gents curb necklace, big, thick, heavy one, Ben Sherman bracelet and a silver ring. And she said £4 for the 3 pieces. I got home and the silver ring was actually white gold set with diamonds. So, yeah. And I'll show that in another film. People have tried to buy stuff out of my hands. None of them have ever succeeded. I've actually seen people fight in the car boot sales over, PlayStations and things like that, where they're arguing over who should buy them or not. Where are we? You know you can be arrested for carrying 1,000 on you. Yes, you have to be able to say where the money came from. I can say where all my money comes from, and I can justify why I got the money on me. They couldn't touch me as business purposes. I spend on average 1,000 to 2,000 a week on stock, so they wouldn't be able to do anything with me with the money. And actually, I didn't know there was any law saying how much you can carry as long as you can prove where it comes from or what it's for. Oh, so I was right. There's a Kribska Batia vase. There we go. I said they look like Batias. Apologies for already answered. We'll be selling exclusively through your website after the shop closes. I'm going to be shifting the lower end on eBay to get rid of it, but then I won't be buying it back. I'm only going to be buying the better pieces then, and they are exclusively going to be purely through my website, nowhere else. No eBay, no shop, and anything that I don't want, then it'll go back out the car boot sale. So once the shop goes, I'll be working eBay probably for 6 months on the lower end items, and then it's all going to be on the website. At the moment, I'm averaging 2,500, 3,000 visitors a month on the website. So it's going well. Nice, thank you. Beautiful overlay piece, you made. Yes, thank you very much, Rich. It was nice. What we got? I'm hoping it's signed. You know, it's always nice when you buy a piece you think it's Bohemian, get home and you find a Waterford mark on it. You know, that happens. I've had a set of overlaid glasses, champagne glasses like that. Thought they were Bohemian, got home, found Waterford, and had £250 from. So, this is nice. And what's more, the gentleman knew what it was and still sold it to me for £2, $3. As you can see, I'm hugging it. I don't want to let it go. We have a, I'd say, Studio Pottery lamp. However, this one is by Tremaine Pottery of Newlyn of Cornwall. And it has got everything you want on it there. It's there. You can't open it there. Now, I know it's got a £5 price tag on there, but I went up to a stall in Sully and he was a toy dealer. And basically everything had £5 on it, £10 on it. And he was basically saying to me, £2 across the board. It was £2 for this, £2 for that, £2 for that. I had the 7 pieces away. They were like £5 and £10 marked each on them. And he said £2 a piece. So I had them 7 for 20 quid. And I got a lot of signed art glass coming out in a minute off the same gentleman, where it's priced up at 5s and 10s, and it all came in for £2 and £3. He gave me a Newlyn lamp, albeit, you know, not from Bernard Leach or anything like that, but a Newlyn Cornwall lamp for £2. It may not go up for sale yet, I haven't decided. So, yeah, £2 for a Newlyn Cornwall lamp. So, what can I say? The big plate could be Limoges. Yeah, thinking about it, it actually does have a Limoges look about it with that colour. So you could be on there. Thank you for that. I appreciate that, Jill, and hello. My pal bought a 4 ducat coin on a heavy gold chain for £1 the other week. 4 ducat, that's what, ounce of gold, is it? Something like that. Or I can buy the lower stuff. Okay. Well, we tried that, Anya, but you're buying too much from car boot sales. You can't keep up. It comes to something when you don't go to a car boot sale on a nice day because you got too much stock. I don't know what that means. This is beautiful. This is sweet, albeit it needs to be stuck back down tidy. We have an Onyx, so I'm assuming 30s or 50s again, and Spelter Terrier. Look at that, coal painted Spelter Terrier. Now it's a bit loose. It's bolted on the one leg, and it should be glued down on the others, but it's loose. So I'm holding him so he doesn't spin around and break. Absolutely love it. I really do. Look at that beautiful terrier. It's an ashtray, which are not the most saleable in the world, and it's got a couple of flea bites on the Onyx, very minor. I'm going to glue the terrier back down and screw him in a bit tighter so he doesn't move. It was £3, about $5. It's absolutely stunning. I could take the terrier off and get 12, but it's absolutely beautiful. I love it. He had a full set of the Onyx stuff, but I didn't want it. I only wanted the bit with the dog on. It appealed to me with the dog. And for £3, it really was a gift. Bear with me. All right, yeah. I got a little job lot of medals, 1914 through to 1945, World War II, all Great Britain with ribbons. So they come in the original box, and there's a selection of things in here. You got George Cross and Defence Medal, all with the ribbons. Another cross. Another Defence Medal or Victory Medal. Victory Medal, I think. And an RAF patch. Now, I actually paid for the entire collection was £30 sterling, which is probably a little over, to be honest with you. But I do well with the medals. I really do. I don't struggle. I never struggle with medals. So for £30, with a box, with all the ribbons, with the patches, a couple of patches, that's where we're at with them. So £30, about $50. The ones you want, obviously, are the World War One medals and the named medals, but it is what it is. You know, you can only buy what's there. This one, you have a Selkirk glass vase, nicely made, Scottish. Lovely pink swirl colour. And again, that was £2. It is signed. I don't know whether or not that light is going to capture it for you. It's all signed around the rim. You've got to be very careful with looking at the glass vases. If you can so easily miss a signature when you're out buying. There you go. Really hard to see sometimes, especially Waterford and things like that. But for £2, we had that. I got a few pieces of glass. I have absolutely no idea what they are. We'll get to them now in a minute, no doubt. They're signed. I just haven't looked up the makers yet. So we have a carved and highly polished piece of green onyx with gilded metal mounts. And you're probably thinking, well, it doesn't look a huge amount. However, it has got a label on the base, right there, which reads, if I can catch the right light, hand-carved alabaster, made in Italy by, and it's got the designer's name, and I can't quite make it out. I can't quite read it, but I need to capture in the right light. So we've got an Italian piece. Duccesch, Duchess. So bought it because it was Italian, handmade, hand polished alabaster. It's probably mid-century, and it's just a beautiful little box. Yeah, not much left of that car. So I don't really think of that. Some things I'll buy because I like, some things because they're antique. And I just like that. It was a nice bit of alabaster. I do that. Do you know, you'd be surprised. Half the time I forget an eyeglass and I use my phone instead of an eyeglass. But it's not just that. You can get a better picture and zoom in, and it goes clearer on the phone. That's gorgeous. I don't know which bit that was referring to. More likely the alabaster box. And good afternoon, Jilly B. Living her life her way. What a better way to be. Right there. I should have 3 of these. I'm not looking to start the debate off again on whether I was right or wrong. But these come off the same lady that Steve purchased the larger lamp that I bought off him. So I have 3 small brass miner's lamps. They're only the souvenir ones with the Welsh Dragon on the Camry. They're not by any make, Thomas & Williams or anything like that. It cost me £15 for the 3 lamps, so about $22. But they retail through the shop here normally about that each. So they were a no-brainer. And they're Welsh mining. I wish I'd got to the big one, not these, but still. We can only try our best, can't we? I bought it because it is an elephant. Now, I know who it is. It's, I think it's John Buck. It's a Japanese studio pottery. I've had the series of these in the past where they do all the different animals. And I think I have somebody who will purchase this because of the elephant. But I'm sure it's John Buck, Studio Pottery of Japan. It's not a signed example. I don't think any of them were. But it was 50 pence. And I would think a full set of 6 or 8 of them, whatever it was, they used to sell for around 10 or 15 pound a mug. So for 50p, less than $1, you know what I mean, for a nice elephant mug. But I'm pretty confident, I'm not 100%, but I'm pretty confident it's John Buck of Japan. So I'll have to double check, but I think it is. Miners lamps, yes, definitely. I love all miners lamps. Love them. Northern last year, I have one from my great grandfather. Well, if you want any advice, keep it. Or if you don't want it, send it to me. Picked up a native Indian oil painted anal parchment signed drums. Bring them to show me. Okay, bring them on Sunday, Dave, and I will have a look. These should be in a group. Bear with me. I've nearly got through a box. I'm running out of room then to chuck places. Should be another one of them. Okay, so I had 3 figures. So you got the soldier there with his machine gun. These are in like a silvered pewter. So you have that one, which looks to be, well, Second World War, I would think. Second World War soldier. You have this one, which seems to be like a Welsh Fusilier or something like that, with his big hat. Could be wrong. Maybe a guard. One of the Welsh Guards. And then you had this one, totally unrelated. Someone ringing a bell, giving out dinner, or something along those lines. It was silvered pewter. I purchased these 3. Absolutely love the soldiers. So I purchased those 3 and this box together off one stall, and we have beautiful Art Nouveau style, not period, silvered or pewter box. So you got the flowers coming all the way around the sides. You got this beautiful lady on the top. It's got stamps on the back. I haven't checked them out yet. I think it says made in England with a maker's mark on there. It's not silver. But I paid £10 for the 4 pieces, so £2.50 each, which is nothing really, is it? What do they come in at? About $16 for the 4. And in all honesty, I've seen people asking £20, £30 each just for these soldiers. So I bought them because I still got the shop for another week, but they won't be going on the website. They're not. I don't think they're good enough. So if they don't sell in the shop this week, they'll probably go back out to car boot sale. I like the box though. Okay, next piece, come off the same stall, and this one was £1. No, it was 50 pence, I'm sorry. And we have a Royal Association Boys Club medal. And it is 5-a-side football 1980 boys fitness. Finalist. Fitness. Boys finalist. Now, I've looked, or when I purchased it, I looked, and it looks silver. But I couldn't find a hallmark on this, so I'm going to have to acid test it. But if it is silver, there's an ounce of silver there. So that's one to be tested. But it does feel and look silver. And that's why I purchased that one. I'm glad Sandra's not here. Mad cat lady would have nicked my jug. We have a Victorian jug. Now, I didn't think they were English, but when I Googled them, they're actually selling them on eBay. Believe it or not, they're asking £30 for these. I know, shocking. Between £20 and £30 each, they're asking for these, which is they're putting them down as Victorian jugs with a cat handle. Now, honestly, when I saw it and saw this green, I thought it was a German, like, fairing. I paid £1 for it. Now, this is a fairing. I pulled this out of one of my cabinets yesterday to put on the website, and this is from the Mr. Top Hat series. It's German porcelain fairing. Now, when you look at the finish on the bottom of that one and the finish on that one, the unglazed porcelain, they look the same. But they're selling these as English Victorian cat handle jugs, so I can't argue with them. They probably know more than me. But it was £1 and they're asking 25s and 30s on eBay all over the place. So that's where we're at with that one. But the Mad Cat lady's gone home, so this one's safe with me for now. Please don't tell Sandra I called her Mad Cat lady. Which she is. This I bought because I absolutely love it, and I'm going to do a bit of research because I don't think I've ever seen a crab. It would have been an ashtray. Well, I'm assuming it would have been an ashtray. It's brass. It's well cast. Crab? Yeah, it's not lobster, it's crab. I've just never seen one. It's a nice thing. So I thought, do you know what? I'm having that. Solid brass, and it's a crab. And I've never had one. And it was £1. It is an ashtray because it's got the things there for the cigarettes. Just a vintage ashtray formed as a crab. So I don't really think of that. But it is what it is. You have to bear with me a second while I chuck a couple of pieces back in this box so that I can open another one. Because I'm running fast out of room here. I didn't expect to be filming for so long, but I've got that much stuff. I just will film it whilst people are watching and happy, and it means I can list and I'll be gone. Right, where are we at? No, last year picked up. Right, and you're going to check. Picked up a huge job lot of mining plates recently. Lovely looking and interesting plates, like the history to them. Plates are harder to sell, but I do buy them if they got a colliery on them and things like that. Anything to do with mining, I just buy it. I don't care. One of them items I got from a Sunday car boot sale is a John Buckman little ceramic dog. Well done, John Buck. Sent you a Facebook message. When have him mow. Okay. Okay. Okay, I've purchased a large shell glass vase, I presume Murano, with the white and purple glass. That was a £5 in Sully. So yeah, I think it's Murano. They've done a lot of these shells. And it's purple with the opaque over the top. And for a £5, I'm happy enough. It's not going to be fortunes. I picked up a bit of... Oh, this is gorgeous. No, I love this. I'm assuming Second World War, and it is a signal lamp. And it reads on the side, lamp signaling daylight, short range projector Mark II. So I'm assuming Second World War. It's upside down. There you go. Sorry. It's not always easy. And it's in absolutely beautiful condition. And you know what's best? I've actually got a 1930s tripod made of brass, black lacquered brass tripod that I'm going to put with it. And I may even see about, yes, it's got a hole there. So I'm going to have it converted into a lamp. I've got a nice tripod, and then I'm going to sell it as a lamp rather than as the signal lamp. I'm going to upcycle this to be used because I've actually got, where do I put it? I don't know where I've put it, but I've actually got a beautiful, beautiful brass tripod I can put with this and turn that into a serious lamp. Now, this was £10 in Sully, and I absolutely love it. Was it 10 or was it 15? I'd have to check. It was either £10 or £15, but I think she was asking 15 and sold it to me for a tenner. I'm going to have to check my price on that one. Let's leave the price on that one for now because I can't quite remember. I'm going to have to check my book. But either way, it wasn't a lot of money for what it is, and I intend to turn it into a lamp and pay for an electrician to actually put a fitting in there. Only a small one, little LED bulb or something like that, just to give it enough glow, and it's going to be beautiful on the tripod. I think it was a tenner, but I'm not 100%. Okay. Love watching you because you know what things are and don't think 60s are ancient. I don't think 60s are ancient, but they are collectible. Stylish piece, thank you. Will you do any fairs, boot sales to sell any other premises or solely at the website from now on? As I've said, I'm going to clear out all the low end on eBay. And I don't know whether you watched the videos I done during the lockdown. I'm actually pretty much a hoarder. And I've got a double garage full, 2 outbuildings full, an attic full, and storage containers full. So I've got quite a bit of stuff to sift through, sort through, and I'm probably going to start filming that a lot again once the shop's gone and I got more time. And I can sort through it. So I'm going to be doing eBay for a bit. I'm going to be doing car boot sales for a bit until all the lower end is gone, and then it's going to be purely on website. I don't think you can actually see how beautiful the purple color is. This is just like a violet purple, and it's absolutely stunning. I'm assuming Murano, but it is a signed example. There you go. So I'm assuming it's a Murano, and that's the designer, but I could be wrong. I'm going to have to do some research on there. It came in for £2 whole, $3, and it is absolutely stunning. The color, honestly, I can't explain to you how nice the color is. I'm trying to get it so you can actually see the natural color. But it is such a beautiful purple. And I absolutely adore it. And for the money, I don't know if Denver is still on or not, but I think it's Murano. I can't read the signature yet, so a bit of research needed on that one. Let me move that Bimini glass before I break that. But I don't want to break that, so. I went up to a stall and he had a couple of brushes. Now, they are hallmarked silver. And I offered him a £5 for the pair because I am literally going to destroy them. And before anybody says, why are you destroying them? They are, first of all, brushes are really, really hard to sell. But the bristles are gone. The inside is gone, all the fill-in. They're just in poor, poor condition anyway. So I'm going to break them both down. Now, I've done videos showing how much silver's in different brushes and mirrors and stuff. So if people want to go out buying for scrap, then to give them an idea of what's in them. So I haven't actually done one of these brushes. So I'm going to actually film breaking these down to see how much silver's in these another day. It's a bit of an experiment. But they cost me a £5. I don't think there's tons of silver in them, but I'm hoping there's an ounce. But we'll see. Thank you very much, Lex. Honestly, the color is spectacular. When I get photographs of it, honestly, it'll look amazing. Neod. I gotta get a photo of that, Denver, because there's no way I'm gonna remember that. But yeah, it does look like it would change color under UV, because when you hold it in the sunlight, it's quite spectacular. Murano is an island in Italy where they were famous for glass blowing, but no, that is basically they stamp it where it's made in the factory of Murano on the island of Murano. But no, it's not the maker that I'm aware of. That's like the factory. But there's lots of Italian glass that isn't Murano. But Denver's the one who could answer that. Maybe you could pop a simple answer in the comments for you. Oh, there you go. Yes. There's a region in Venice where a lot of the glass is made. Most glass is not Murano, but the duck may well be. Right, okay, thank you. I thought it might have been Murano. An ounce equals 50 grams. No, an ounce is either 28 grams or a troy ounce is 31 grams, Anya. So... on silver scrap at the moment is somewhere around £10 an ounce, something like that. It's not fortunes, it's really low. So unfortunately, it's certainly not up where it should be. Okay, so what we got here? This looks like Nancy Sutcliffe, whoever that is. It's a signed piece. It's hard to capture, but it's got white painted flowers running down the vase. Hopefully you can see them now. And it is a signed piece straight up the center there. So it's going to be easy enough when I'm ready to do the work on it. Just simply type in Nancy Sutcliffe and find out who she is and everything about her. And that was £2. I got this one here. Off the same gentleman, again was £2, and this one is Itchendorf, so it's going to be German. Oh, whether you can see he was asking £3 originally. We put £3 on it. Big, massive slab of glass. Do you know it's got a large polished pontil? I don't know if you can see it in the center there. That's where it was actually attached to a blowing rod, and they've cut it off, ground it out, and polished it smooth. And this probably weighs 2 to 3 kilos. Can you imagine that on the end of a rod, the weight to blow that? Unless it's mold blown and it's into a mold and they just blow it and they're not holding the weight, but because of weight on that. And it's got a beautiful mottled finish in the glass, and it's a sort of opaque, off-opaque colour. So a nice big slab for £2 again. Signed, well, label on this one. It's always handy when you can identify the glass, because there's so many different makers of glass that, you know, it's not easy. And Denver, I'm glad you're still on, because this one isn't actually signed, but it's beautiful. You know, you've got an almost iridescent blue running through with this green, and under sunlight, it actually sparkles beautiful. So I have absolutely no idea who made it. It was £2, and I weren't going to leave it behind. It's beautiful. Honestly, when you see the sun hitting in all the iridescent finish on the glass, it is quite spectacular. Where are we at? Oh my God, she is a world famous engraver. Oh, okay, thank you. That helps. Is that Nancy Sutcliffe? She is a genius. Oh, wow, thank you very much. I really appreciate that, Denver. I absolutely love Nancy's work. She's amazing. Okay. I'm not going to keep pulling them all up. Not sure about that egg, but very nice. Okay, thank you very much. Love the hoarding videos. Looking forward to your next ones from Natasha. I am going to do more of them because I want to empty my garages and sell it all off. I've got a £75,000 bill to build my office, and the sale of the house is not going to cover it. So I'll be selling all my hoarding off over the years to pay for the office to be built. Looks like studio glass. Not the only one. Oh. This is nice. I bought this off trade. I gotta be careful because he has also sharpened it like a razor blade. And it is a RF Mosley of Sheffield. It's all stamped up there. And honestly, that and that are like razor blades. He has sharpened them within an inch of their life. So you got antler horn here, brass mounted, and you just got a seriously nice penknife. Now, I actually bought this off trade again. We bought it at the car boot sale, and I gave him £18. But as penknife score, that is an absolute corker, and it's in beautiful condition. And as I said already, I don't mind them making a profit on me as long as I'm happy with what I'm buying. But for a Mosley penknife, that is absolutely stunning. I'm at a bit of an advantage over a lot of people. eBay will not allow you to put weapons and ivory and politically incorrect things on there. I have my own website, so I can do what I like within the law, obviously. So as long as I'm legal, I can do whatever I like and sell what I like. Okay, I got a few paperweights coming out. That one's Langham. They are very pretty, but they're nothing special. But the price I paid for them is... They come in for nothing, really. I had 3 paperweights. This one here, which is Lucite, which is actually better than that one. I've done... I don't know how many tips given you about the Lucite paperweights, especially if you can get the ones with the early pewter flower marks, things like that. But Lucite paperweights sell for really good money. And I think it was a £5 I paid for 3, which the other one is a Caithness, which is Scottish glass. Caithness, Scotland. It's got a lot of numbers on it. I was looking to see what they were. I think it was a £5 I paid for the 3, which is absolutely for nothing. And these are all the larger ones. So you're talking less than $8 for 3 beautiful paperweights. The Caithness I love, and I love the Lucite one, to be honest. It's a real nice bit of quality from the Lucite. Will I do an auction? Now, I actually put out... I think it was about 4 months ago on one of the channels that I was willing to auction off all the smalls or the ceramics and glass now that I didn't want for the website and do auctions and do it all no reserve. And nobody come back and said they were interested. I had like 1 or 2 people who come back and said, yes, they're interested in doing auctions and buying some of the bits. But there just wasn't enough interest, so I didn't bother. A penknife. You call that a jackknife, okay? You call that a knife that size a penknife. It's bigger than the Swiss Army knife. It is bigger than the Swiss Army knife, yeah. We call that a jackknife. It's fair enough. To be honest with you, even if I had a jackknife, I'd probably still call that a penknife. What would be the price on the sterling silver pheasant? On one sterling silver pheasant from Sons. Missing the hen, not the set. Wouldn't have a clue. I'd have to look at it. Send me some pictures over and I will try and help. Hafford Grange, that's the one I couldn't think of, but they have a very early pewter flower in the base as the early mark. Later ones, they have stick-on labels and that. But yeah, they sell for crazy money, £50 for some Lucite paperweights, and they're plastic basically, or resin. where these are. Okay, on Sunday, I'm in Gatley and lady turns up with some porcelain on her table. This is absolutely stunning with the fawn, deer or whatever it is around the boy's neck. It's not dead, which helps. If it was drooped, I wouldn't have liked it so much. And it is Spanish porcelain, but this one is by Ladro. You have Ladro and you have Neo. This is Ladro, which is the better of the two. Pulls 2-3 times the money of the Neo. Same company, but one's, I believe, is students. The other one is the accomplished or qualified artists. So that was the first piece. Anyway, the lady pulled out 2 pieces. She wanted £8 each. I said, what's the best for the two? Thinking she'd say £15, and she actually said a tenner. So if that's what trade's happy to sell stuff on at, then I'm a happy boy. And again, we have a proper Ladro, not a Neo, and we have a lady holding a hen with a basket of eggs. So again, more interesting than just the standard, just a plain lady, with the chicken and the eggs, or hen and the eggs, makes it a little bit more. So for £5 each, £10 for the pair, or about $16 for Ladro. I know Ladro isn't as big now as it was, but you know what? I still managed to sell it on no problem at all. I don't know. Okay. What have I got in here? I don't even know what's in half these boxes. Riviera, lead crystal. Okay. I bought them, so. Right, okay. So I got a box set of 6 Edinburgh crystal glasses. Absolutely beautiful things, all with their labels on, mint in their original box. They've never even been used. They were a £5, so that's about $7.50, $8. Still with the labels on. You can't moan at that. Unusual box. Never seen this box before, unless they're the international, Edinburgh International crystal, unless they didn't come in this box to begin with. Because it doesn't seem like an Edinburgh crystal box. It looks almost French. Or even Bohemian, because it's 24% crystal on the box. But I'm not sure. Either way, I don't think there's the original box, but there's a set of 6 Edinburgh crystals in there for a £5. This is lush. I only hope it works. Bear with me. We'll see in a minute. So we have a bottle advertising black and white Scotch whiskey. And there are the terriers that you get on everything. I had a brooch the other day and I had the plastic dogs advertising it. So now we have a bottle advertising black and white, but it's not just a bottle. When you pull it open, it plays. It's a cigarette dispenser. And the top is a lighter. So the top's an actual lighter. Don't ask me how it works. But the top lid there is an actual lighter. So I don't know. There you go. It's upside down, I think. I think it's been put in backwards because you strike it like that, and the strike is on the inside and the petrol's on the outside. Well, it could be that way, actually. I don't know. Maybe the old top comes off. There we go. So the top is an actual lighter. Needs a new flint. So the top of the lid is a petrol lighter. You have the bottle, which is advertising the black Scotch whiskey. You have the cigarette dispenser. And you have the music. This cost me a whole £1, so about $1.50. And the last one of these I had sold for over 100. So that was probably one of the finds of the week. James Bouchand and Co. Limited Scotch Whisky Distillers. I haven't seen one of these in years and knew what it was straight away as soon as I saw it, and that was £1. That is got to be one of the finds of the week. It really has. It's spectacular. And the all in working condition with the light still there, the music still working and everything. How much would I sell the paperweights for? The Lucite one I'd actually like to keep, but the other two, inbox me and we'll do a deal. I won't be fortunes on them. What's the best item profit wise you found lately? Well, in this haul alone, the Newlyn lamp for £2 should be 100 plus. That bottle there for £1 should be 100 plus. So yeah, I really couldn't tell you my best overall find. I just handle so much stock. Good afternoon, Ali. That's fancy. Hello, Heather. Well, just got in, so we'll have to backtrack to the beginning. Nice to see you do so well in the halls. Thank you very much. Yeah, I had a bumper weekend, so I thought I would just film, even though I've been on for over 2 hours. I want to get through as much as I can so I can list it then the rest of the week. And I did have a text message off the missus saying I don't have to go home yet. So I can stay in the shop, which is all good, which means I can work. I got to pay those. You have to wait a minute while I find the other. Don't ask me because I have absolutely no clue. All I know is it was £1. It's cased glass, so you got the clear, the colour, and the opaque. So it's 3 layers of glass, and it's a skull. But I have absolutely no idea who made it. There's no labels on it, no signatures on there. But I weren't leaving it there. It's just not cool. So yeah, that was £1. Oh, shoot. Careful. Losing it there. Jewellery. I'm doing jewellery today. And we'll do the jewellery in a separate video because I have that much jewellery. It warrants a video on its own. And it is that nice. These are kind of freaky or good, whatever way you want to put it. I don't even know how to describe these off the top of my head. They're almost theatrical. I can't say clowns because they're not clowns, but this collar on the neck, I don't know. Anyway, they are Woods & Sons, and they are a cruet set. So they got some good age to them. I don't know without looking. They were a couple of pounds. I paid £2 for them, $3, and I can't tell you a lot about them other than the fact they are by Woods & Sons of London. Somebody might know them. What are they? Pixies. Are they Pixies? Okay. I just thought they were really unusual cruet set, and for the money, I just had to have them. It's not a lot of money, and I don't think I've ever seen a pair of them before. So appealing to all sorts. Well, I do try and have a mix. I've never specialized in one thing. Wafer maker Kev. Hello from Bolton. Hello back. Got to go now. Thank you so much for this. Really enjoyed today. No problem at all. Thank you very much for watching for so long. Love the skull. Thanks, Heather. Right, yeah. Polar Bear, Wedgwood glass, fully signed in the centre. Same buyer as the rest of the glass for £2. What I intend to do with this will be make a job lot of Wedgwood glass to go on. It's not good enough to stand alone, so it'll go on as a job lot. I don't suppose you want the spider. You can have the cobwebs. So we got a tinned, so meant for use, copper funnel. Not as big as that distillery one I had the other week, but still a nice copper funnel. 20th century, in my opinion, the way it's been soldered down there. But still a nice thing. It was a $5 in Gathlegare, $7-8. I always do well with funnels. I don't know why. They just sell. Who were these by? I can't remember. Okay, so these are Lumerie of Paris, and they have the War Office model stamp on them. So these are military from the War Office, and we have a pair of French binoculars in good condition. They're not that strong, but either way, we have a pair of French military binoculars by Lumiere of Paris. They were a tenner. But the fact they had the War Office stamp on them and they had the maker's mark on them and they're in pretty good condition with the case. I have no idea what they're worth until I do some research. But for £10, $15, $16, they were coming home with me. These I bought just because they were weird. Got a set of these. Well, it's not a full set, actually. They are hand painted by skilled artists. Oliver Fine China, pattern number, and dated 2000. They're egg cups. So there's the first little mustached gentleman. That's a cat. That cat looks awful familiar. I don't know where he's off. They're all stamped up on the base. So that's the cat. And then we have another cat. This one's actually not marked, shockingly. But it's the same thing, but I'll be selling them as a set anyway. Now, I paid £5 for the 3. I have no idea. I've never seen them before, but they were quirky enough for me to buy. For a £5 for the 3, $7, $8. It doesn't matter. Oh, yeah, that's the other one. That's 3. I bought them because they were different and I'd never seen them before, which is enough for me to buy something. Love your channel, good content. You seem very nice, dude. Subscribe. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Indiana Jones skull. Yeah, I saw that one, the crystal skull. I didn't think I was as good as Raiders of the Lost Ark, though, or Temple of Doom. Okay, so I got 2 card bottles. And to be honest with you, they're probably going to go with the collection I've got out the back room of about 20. I'm going to end up selling them as one lot. And this one is Hurley and Sons mineral water of Newport. And it's nice because I'll show you now. They've actually got Hurley and Sons going across the top. But they've actually put the words in such a way that they've actually got the name coming down the center using all the different words. Almost like a word puzzle. So that's quite nice, that is. But it's Newport, so it's pretty local. And this one's a simple standard Cohen of Tredegar. It is what it is. But they were £2 each. So £4, $6, $7 for the 2. I like that other one, that Hurley's one. That got potential, so I'll research that one. This was £1. It's actually stamped up as 2, but it was £1, and it is a Crown Devon sugar sifter. So probably 1950s, and it is a sugar sifter. And the cork is actually inside rolling round. So, but yeah, nice little sugar sifter there for £1. I don't know how much more I'm going to keep going before people get too bored. This I thought was nice. Now, I actually paid a bit of money for this. I paid £10 for this. It's a sifting spoon, so it's a sugar spoon for sifting your sugar onto your strawberries and things like that. Now, the handle is solid silver, and it's a beautiful handle on it. But I don't think it's English. I'm struggling to see the marks. I was at the boot sale. It's a beautiful thing with all the flowers embossed or repoussé work. It has got hallmarks on there, but I couldn't read them tidy. That almost looks like a Roman head on that one. So I'm going to have to do some research on these to find the marks. But it is, either way, it's a silver handle and brass front end, or gilded. It could even be gilded silver at the front, even though it's yellow. So it was a tenner. It's cheap enough. I think I might leave it there. I got another couple of boxes to get through, but I might do another live in the week because I've been on for nearly 2 hours and 20 minutes. Shockingly. Where are we at? Never bored of finds. Honestly, I've got that much stock. If I showed you around, I can't keep up. I can't list it as quick as I'm buying it in a minute. I'll do one more box and then I'll call it a day. Bear with me. God, this one's heavy. I don't know what's in it, but it weighs a ton. Oh, right. This I love. I don't know if there's any textile experts out here. This I bought. I think it's pure silk. I believe, I could be wrong because I'm not a textile expert, but I believe it is all pure silk and it is all handmade. Let me show you the edges. Look at this. I'm pretty confident it's handmade in silk, but I need an expert in textiles to give me a second opinion. I'll probably put it in a couple of groups. But the amount of work that's gone into it is quite something. Now, I paid £20 for this, but it's a decent sized throw. And if it is all silk and all handmade, then there is days and weeks of work gone into this, not hours. So that's a research project that I paid £20 for, which is about $30. But you know what? Honestly, I don't think you can appreciate just on the video how beautiful it is. It is absolutely spectacular. It really is. Jacquard, is that a woven pattern? Well, it looks hand done, but I'm not an expert in textiles. It does look to be handmade, so I'm going to have to get a couple of second opinions on it. Certainly all the ends are hand knotted, so I don't know. And the lady I purchased it off said it was her great grandmother's, and she wasn't a young lady herself, so we'll see. That's one for the research, I think. But I think at £20, I've paid a fair price for it. If it is silk, which I think is all silk and handmade, then it's going to be worth a lot more than that. If it is machine made, which I don't think it is, then I'm still going to get my money back. As you can see, I'm very diverse on what I'll buy. There is nothing really I won't buy if I like it. And moving on to what I like is advertising. And I bought a collection of 12 advertising tiles. These are all by a company called Pilkington. Pilkington been around for a long time. They've done the Royal Lancastrian way, which pulls fortunes. These are not that old. I would imagine probably 15 or 20 years old. I Googled these while I was sat on the toilet in Sully because I needed something to do. And people, believe it or not, were asking 15, 20, 30 pounds for a pair of these Pilkington tiles. Now, there's 12 tiles in total, 6 loose and 6 still in the box. And I paid £6 for the 12, so 50 pence a tile. So 50p a tile. Originally, they were from B&Q and they cost $11.99. Is there a date on the box? Bear with me. I'm trying to see if there's a date on there. No, I can't see a date on there. There's no date on here other than just stamped Pilkington, England. They're all stamped Pilkington, England. If I just maybe to read it then. It should focus in. There you go. And my hands are absolutely stinking off handling all this stuff. So anyway, 12 tiles, £6, 50p a tile. And people, when I Googled it, were asking, as much as £30 if you like for a pair. So make them what you will, but that'll probably go out as a job lot. I paid a bit of money for this too, purely because I absolutely love it. So we have a ship's lamp. And it has a maker's mark of Simpson Lawrence Limited, Glasgow. And it's a starboard lamp. There's the plate, brass plate with the maker's mark. It's a beautiful thing in absolutely beautiful condition. Now, I did cough up. I paid £30 for this, which is about $40, $45. But it is, as I've said, it's in really good, clean condition. It's as they go. It's as good a lamp as you want to find for the type. And there they are. Still got all his burner and everything. It is complete. So, beautiful thing. Now, a lot of people wouldn't have paid the £30 for that, but you know what? It's absolutely stunning. It really is. It's a beautiful thing. And the condition, I don't think I've ever had one in this condition. So, that's a cracker. Let me check the... Love the egg cups. Would love to own them. Again, send me a message. We'll do a deal. They only cost me £5 for the 3, so I won't be stupid on them. If you were interested, just message me and we'll sort something out. What we got here? Here in the States, we get a number of crystal skulls from Mexico on the Day of the Dead, but supposedly Aztec. Well, hello in the States, wonder. You could make enough from them for a night on the tiles. Oh, I like that. Okay. Very good, Denver. Whimper, I'd love the Jones sewing machine tile. I have one hand crank, 1900. Okay, well, send me a message, Wanda, and we'll see what we can sort out. Right. This next set is an entire box, but it's all one item, if you like. And it's going to be the last item I do today. And I have got about 50 pieces of this. I've got 6 bowls, 6 plates, 6 cups, 6 saucers. There literally is probably 40 or 50 pieces in here of this stuff. I'll show you a couple of the varieties. You got the cups. Every single piece is hand painted. And it's a set of 6 of everything. So there's a set of 6 of absolutely everything. It's all dated 2003 with the designer there. I'm not going to try and pronounce it because you know what I'm like with the words, but M. Fanico D 2003. Now, I was at the car boot sale in Gethley and the house clearance gentleman I buy a lot of stuff off was there. And there was an entire 2 trays of this stuff laid out. As I said, probably 40 or 50 pieces. And I'm sat there on my phone, Googling to try and figure out who the heck he is. Anyway, I found out using a collector's site that it is somebody had been talking about stuff they had, and it is a South African studio pottery, all hand painted. So I then went onto eBay and found that 2 cups had sold for £20 plus, and people were asking £20 for 1 plate. About 40, 50 pieces for £7. of house clearance on Sunday. And I am not kidding you. I'll try and pull out what I got. Just to give you an idea. And it is all in absolutely pristine condition. God. It's just, I ain't got no way to put any of it. There's bags and bags and bags of it. Yeah. That is a weird looking plate, but that's the plate. See the way with little dots on, and the leaves and everything around the borders. I got cups in here. Oh, there's another piece. I didn't even remember that. I'll show you that one now. Let's see what it looks like with a cup and saucer. As a cup and saucer, just to give you an idea, it is absolutely beautiful. So yeah, anyway, it was £7 for the entire collection. Whatever I managed to work out of it, I'm probably going to put all the cups and saucers as a set, all the plates as a set, all the tea plates as a set, all the bowls as a set, and sell them all broken up like that. But for £7 for a massive bump up buy like that was spectacular, to be totally honest with you. And when I Googled stuff, it's South African studio pottery. I didn't have a clue what it was. Half the time, half of what I buy, I don't know. I just know what's quality enough to buy and then do the research when I get home. It just so happened I was researching it while I was there and found that they were very collectible. And I was sat there, but Gay was absolutely heaving. They couldn't get another car in there. Since I found them, I'll share what they are. They cost me a £5. They are silver plate. They're not silver, unfortunately, but they are grape scissors. If you take a look at the very weird shaped scissors there, they are for cutting grapes. So, nice pair of silver plate. I'm assuming silver plate. I haven't actually put an eyeglass on them to see if there's a hallmark hidden anywhere or if there's any way. Looking at them now, it wouldn't surprise me if they turned out to be silver. Because I'm looking and I can't see a single bit of where, not even where the scissors cut. It's just absolutely white metal. So I'm going to have a double check, make sure they're not silver. But they are grape scissors. They were a £5. I love that little medallion in the center. So the Tree of Life or something like that. Probably a grapevine or something. But nice things for a £5 for grape scissors. They were fabulous. I've got more, but I'm going to leave it there. I think I've had enough. We're over 2.5 hours. At least now I can spend the rest of the week listing all this stuff and get it up for sale. The 303 caliber Enfield is going straight to the framers now when I leave here to be framed up. And the miner's lamp I absolutely love. So I haven't decided what to do with that yet. So I don't know what you think. For everybody who've actually stuck around, and there's been quite a lot of you who've stuck around all the way through the video, honestly, I can't thank you enough. Let's see, is there any comments before I call it? No. I think that's it. I don't know whether you had any favorites or what, but honestly, thank you very much for joining me, and I will try and do another live now in a few days, maybe another week, because I'm up to my eyeballs trying to shut the shop down. I need really to stop buying just to take the time to shut the shop down, but there's a little hoarder inside me that says, no, while the sun's here and you're not in lockdown, get out and buy. So Tam and Bella sell. It was fun while I imagining the stuff while I worked. Honestly, I hope work is going okay for you. So yeah, still here late as all. Everybody, honestly, thank you very much for everybody who've joined in with the chat in and everybody who've watched. Honestly, I appreciate it. Thank you very much, and I hope you've just enjoyed having a look at the pieces. The idea of the whole videos is to give you ideas of what to buy. You know, if you see me buying something and selling it for decent money, then when you go to the car boot sale and see it, you know, you'll know to buy it. That's the main purpose of the haul videos. And for the couple of people who've mentioned a few of the bits, you know, the egg cups, the tile, and a few other things, If there's anything you want, send me a PM, and I probably won't get back to you today now, but I will get back to you over the next day or two, and we'll see if we can sort something out. Thank you very much, everybody, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.